Greetings and salutations, folks. My name is Nick, and welcome back to Scarlet Hollow, where we've begun the new day. What was her name? Tabitha tried to rein us in, but Tabitha went off to do her own thing. And while she was doing her own thing, we decided, let's go have breakfast with Stella. We made biscuits, there are eggs, it looks delicious. And with that, breakfast is served. Oh yeah, that's a fresh biscuit, all right. Still not as good as the diners, but if I could capture that kind of perfection, there would be no mountains left for me to conquer. Better to have the thrill of the challenge. And Gretchen the pug is looking very excited here. I'm so glad you came over today. I've been having a little bit of a hard time sleeping the past couple nights. I'm sure you can relate. I think I need a nice slow morning like this, just hanging out with you. As you and Stella start to dig in, you're interrupted by a phone alarm sounding off. Oh shoot, I almost forgot. It's Mayor Jimmy Day. Mayor Jimmy? On top of being a great show, it's probably a good excuse to meet up with Oscar and start talking ghosts. Gretchen barks at the mention of Mayor Jimmy. Why is meeting the mayor such an exciting event to you? He's just a politician. How charming can he be? You'll see. Let's scarf this down and head on over. I'll make sure to bring some biscuits for the mayor. Is the mayor also a pug? You and Stella make your way to the library. It's busier than usual. A small crowd has already formed in a corner of the main foyer. Now we're just waiting on Kanika. Thank God we have something to do this morning. My family's been driving me nuts. Yes, the whole gang's here. I've been waiting to introduce Malice to the mayor for like the entire time I've known her. It'll be worth it. Trust us. All right, shall we? The mayor is a dog. I guessed it. Not a pug, but still a dog. He's a dog. And the dog has a Secret Service agent. And there have been several mayor dogs in the past, judging by the portraits on the wall. Excellent. And there's a little top hat. Look at this little top hat. Not only is this mayor a dog, but judging from the series of portraits lining the walls, every mayor of Scarlet Hollow has been a dog. You can tell this dog is the mayor from his little sash and his fancy top hat. There's a regal air about him, almost as if he knows the position of authority he's been elected to. And unless you're mistaken, the serious man by his side is Deputy Franklin, one of the policemen you spoke to following your encounter in the woods on Monday. Except now in big Secret Service regalia. He holds out his paw as if to shake your hand. Well, of course. It's lovely to meet you, Mr. Mayor. You reach forward to take the mayor's little paw in your hand, but his burly security detail stops you. No paw shaking. Only head pats and ear scratches allowed. I'm so glad no one ruined the surprise. This town has had a dog as mayor since the early 1900s. That's just how we do things around here for some reason. It's the best part of living in Scarlet Hollow, besides the nature. And all my friends and Winnie's biscuits. Oh, and the close-knit small-town community, of course. But having a dog mayor is a close fifth, no contest. Gretchen squirms in Stella's arms, straining to get at Mayor Jimmy. Hey, whoa, Gretchen, calm down, old girl, you're gonna pull a muscle. Miss Richmond, I'm gonna have to ask you and your dog to step away from the mayor. I should have known better. These two have never been able to get along. Stella walks off, struggling to hold Gretchen back. Kanika is quick to follow. I guess I'm following them. Dog cookies. I like how you got suits, honorable dogs. You've got bowls for food. It looks like everyone else is talking to Oscar in the next room. Before you can catch up to your companions, you're intercepted by a nervous man with a cross around his neck. Whoever he is, you can feel his desperation to make a good first impression, a self-sustained and self-fulfilling prophecy. Sounds like old Gretchen and the mayor may have some unresolved issues, wouldn't you say? I'm Pastor Daniel. I take it your malice. Everyone's been buzzing about you. I'm so sorry about your aunt, but I'm sure she's in a better place now. Back off, preacher man. Let's see, don't talk to me. I should go. Hey, do you know anything about ghosts? I doubt Pearl-Ann's in a better place. It sounds like she was awful. Oh, I'm sure she wasn't that bad. Most people are good, deep down inside. It's best not to speak ill of the dead. Hey, do you know anything about ghosts? Ghosts? I've never encountered one myself, but I've heard stories of folks who have been visited by their loved ones from beyond the grave, and it seems like it provides them with sort of spiritual healing. Like their beloved relatives are watching over them, even in death. Is this about Pearl-Ann, or perhaps your mother? Have you been visited by her? No, I mean real ghost stuff. Scary stuff. I prefer to think ghosts are our loved ones reaching out to us from heaven to let us know we don't need to worry about them, and that we'll be reunited one day. Sure, that can sometimes frighten people, but holy visitations often do. We must remember to be not afraid of what we don't understand. I should go. It was nice meeting you, though. Of course, and if you find yourself in need of counseling or spiritual guidance, you know where to find me. Thanks for the offer, but I'm fine. Even after everything that happened last night, nobody was hurt, but still, from what I hear, it was quite a close call. Not to doubt your resolve, but I know I would need to do some serious praying to work through the emotions from something like that. Heck, I had to pray over it anyway, and I wasn't even there to witness it. Well, if you ever feel like you're struggling and could use a good listener, you know where to find me. It was lovely to meet you, and have a blessed day, Ballas. The pastor leaves you be and joins the line to see the mayor. Nothing to do now but catch up with your companions. You find them already talking to Oscar deeper into the library. Are you sure we can't just get it over with while the sun is up? I don't know if I can handle getting scared shitless in the dark 2 nights in a row. I wish I could, especially since I'm not particularly excited about going back in there after dark either, but I'm pretty sure it only comes out when the sun goes down. Yeah, there's no way I'm going in until that spirit is at full power. What are you talking about, people? I want to be sure we get the best evidence possible. This could be my one shot to get real proof of ghosts. I'm not going to waste it just because I'm impatient. Y'all are going to be the death of me. I just hope it's possible to get rid of this thing. This is a pretty serious ghost infestation. Is that what you'd call something like this? I believe it's called a haunting, but ghost infestation also sounds good. It's probably called a ghost infestation once you start being able to just get rid of ghosts easily. And you don't want those ghosts at all. Like, once ghosts, if ghosts reach the point where they become so commonplace that they just kind of like flood the basement, and you have to hire an expert to just kind of get rid of them, and it's not really that special. They just bring in the tools and they just spray down the basement and all the ghosts go. Like, they just spray down the basement walls with like, they put in like a humidifier that sprays out holy water. Like, that's when you know it's a ghost infestation. If it's one ghost, I wouldn't call it a ghost infestation. That's more of a haunting. But there's no such thing as one cockroach. I suppose we're the ghost hunters, so we can call it whatever we want. Anyway, I'll be bringing all the ghost hunting supplies anyone could ever need, so we should be set on preparations. The only thing y'all need to bring is an open mind. We have the power of friendship. Don't worry, Oscar, we'll fix this. Heck yeah, we will. Yeah, whatever it is, we'll get to the bottom of it tonight. Thanks, guys. I really appreciate it. Well, if we're not doing the hunt now, I guess we should head over to Reese's? Absolutely. Come on, Malice. Time to go bother our friend. I'm gonna get back to it. See you all tonight. Time to go. Let's see. Huh. So I finally met Pastor Daniel. It was only a matter of time until he tried to pull you aside about grief counseling. When my dad died, I had to ban him from the general store for a week. He wouldn't stop leaving these little pamphlets at the checkout. I don't know where he finds so many. Oh yeah. He and Janie keep trying to make me go to church. Yeah, not a lot of people go to church around here. It's not like folks in this town aren't Christians, but he's so creepy. No one wants to sit in the pews in that rundown old church and listen to that guy. Plus, the guy was grinning through the entirety of my dad's funeral. What a ghoul. And I don't mean that in the stigmatizing mental illness kind of way. There's just this little siren that goes off every time I see him that tells me to get away from him. That's exactly how I would describe it too. The whole town feels the same way. Now that I think about it, he must be pretty lonely. He can look for friends somewhere else. Let's save our game and see about inviting Tabitha. Do you mind if I invite Tabitha ghost hunting? Please don't. Oh my god, yes. Can you imagine how much fun it would be if she actually shows? Stella, come on. I know you think you have some sort of bond with her, but she's awful. She isn't even nice to you. You just haven't given her a chance. Maybe she comes along tonight. The two of you will finally get along. No. Huh. Should I or should I not? Should I or should I not? I'll invite her. Okay. I won't invite her. You know what? Let's invite her. If she comes, she comes. If she doesn't, she doesn't. I'm inviting her. Kanika sighs as you shoot your cousin a text and invite her to the evening's ghost hunt. Alright, you invited her. Let's not get into it. If we're lucky, she'll be too busy at the mines to even show. Ah, don't say that, Neeks. If we're lucky, we'll have a rare opportunity to forge a deep and lasting bond of friendship between the two of you. What about inviting Avery? Oh yeah, totally. I don't know why I hadn't thought of that. I'm sure they'd get a hoot out of it. Yeah, I can't say I'd mind having a calming presence with us tonight. We won't be much help to Oscar if we start jumping at our own shadows. Cool, I'll text them on the way over to Reese's. Oh, we're gonna have the whole Scooby gang with us. let's head to Reese's. All right, shall we head out? The three of you leave the library for an early dinner at Reese's. You once again find yourself in front of Reese's house. A cold hesitation grips you as the building looms over the hilltop. Though it's only early afternoon, it feels much later, the sun already sinking behind the tall mountains that surround Scarlet Hollow. We're a little early. What if Dr. Kelly yells at us? There's no such thing as early when you're hanging out with friends. That's just extra time you get to spend together. That is very optimistic. I've got to say. Okay, but what if she yells at us? It's too late. The door swings open. He is very thin. Hey. Reese! Oh my god, dude, it's been ages. You must be, Malice, right? I've heard a lot about you. Stella's been relentless about making sure I get all the Malice updates. I don't know why I kind of assigned him like an off Christopher Walken voice, but that's just gonna have to do. Gretchen starts yelping at Reese, straining against Stella's grip as she tries to get between them. Are they here already? I knew you'd show up early, Stella, and you brought the dog. Great. Yeah, I thought she might cheer Reese up. I don't know what's gotten into her all of a sudden. The dog stays outside. But it's okay, Stella. We can let her chill in my van for a bit. I'll run the AC and leave her some treats. You know I always have some of those easy chew dog jerkies stashed away. But we go everywhere together. Do you want to come in or not? Kanika nervously tugs Stella away towards her van. Well, what about you, Malice? Are you coming in? I'll wait for Stella and Kanika. Fine. A quiet sets in as you wait for Stella and Kanika to come back from the van. Okay, we're back. Great, let's get this over with. The house feels cold. Not only is there an odd chill in the air, but the building itself feels too sterile, uncomfortably tidy to the point where you're nervous to touch anything. If it weren't for the aroma of store-bought dinner rolls baking in the oven, and the unsettling artwork hanging on the walls. Oh, I'm pretty sure we're going to find more unsettling artwork in Reese's room, based on images I saw on the official Scarlet Hollow Twitter. If it wasn't for the aroma of store-bought dinner rolls baking in the oven, and the unsettling artwork hanging on the walls, you'd be half convinced you'd wander into a real estate showing. So how can I lend a hand? By sitting down at the table and not puttering around in my kitchen. I made sure everything was done well in advance, so the only thing left are the dinner rolls, which shouldn't be long. Then we can have a quick dinner and you can leave my house and go on about your business. But I was kind of hoping to see Reese's new art. We still have time now, right? You aren't seriously considering subjecting your friends to your disaster of a room, are you? It's not that bad. You can still see the floor. Dr. Kelly raises a single questioning eyebrow. I don't mind a little mess. Yeah, I doubt it could be any worse than the way I keep my room. Yes, okay, fine. As long as you stay out of the kitchen, I don't care what you get up to. So we can go into your bedroom. I see. We have permission. Cool, we'll just be downstairs. You won't even know we're here. You make your way towards the basement stairs. Yes. This is the ghastly images I wanted to see. Like, oh my... Is that somebody biting into their own hand? And trying to separate their ribs from their body? It almost kind of looks like the alien... what do you call the alien from the movie Alien? The thing that grabs on your face? Face hugger, wow. A lot of these almost kind of look like ditchlings in a fashion, too. Aside from the more ghoulish imagery, there's a little bit of ditchling aspect to it. A lot of self-consummation. Or consumption. And a lot of post-it notes. The basement is what you might expect out of a tortured artist who spends all his time confined to his studio. Discarded canvases line its edges, while trash and sketches leak out from their piles in the corners of the room, hiding the bare cement floor. Ghoulish faces coat the walls in paint, sneering out at their creator. Your mom is so scary. Yes. She's the scary part of this entire house. She can be a little intense, kind of overprotective, which I guess makes sense. That rhymed. Anyway, make yourself comfortable. You'll have to forgive the mess. I've been distracted lately. Haven't been cleaning up much. Wow, so many choices. All right, let's, do you need us to sneak you out of here? This place feels like a prison. Unfortunately, the prison we're dealing with here is my body, not my room. Are you sure there's nothing we can do? Your company is plenty. It's so nice to have living people down here for a change. Living people. That's incredibly specific. You know we'd visit more if your mom let us. Did she tell you she turned us away yesterday? She couldn't even, she said we couldn't even talk to you. It's a little controlling. You came by yesterday. She didn't tell me, but I was probably asleep, that's all. She didn't want to wake me up. I don't think it's her being controlling or anything. Not to cast any doubt on that, but she did say I couldn't bring you any food. She knows that's how I show my friends how much I appreciate them, and she knows I can work around all kinds of allergies and intolerances. Not gonna lie, it felt weird. I don't know, my body is pretty particular when it comes to food. She just prefers to have full control over what I eat, so... okay, maybe that does sound controlling when you use the word control over everything, but... I also like how all the cables plugged into the power strip are very jumbled. There is a lot of detail in every environment in this game. And that bathroom does not exactly look that inviting in the shadow. But it's for a good reason. If I eat the wrong thing, it could lead to a lot of misery for me. So she has to regulate my food. So has Stella told you about everything that's happened the past couple of days? Oh, she's told me all about what you guys have found out there. I wish I could see some of it myself, but you know. He gestures in futility towards the walls of the basement. Are you sure you can't just sneak out one of these nights? The doc isn't keeping me prisoner here. Stella, I'm sick, you know that. I'm sorry, man, I didn't mean to. There's nothing to apologize for. I appreciate the effort. Really, I do. There's just nothing you can really rescue me from. The die's already been cast. But we were talking about the past couple of days, weren't we? Do you have any thoughts about the ditchlings we've been seeing? Yeah, they've been coming up to my window at night. Wait, really? Is that why you texted me that they looked something like out of your nightmares? Yeah, I thought I was hallucinating. I hadn't put it together that we might have been seeing the same thing until just now. I've been sketching them, actually. Tell me what you think. He pulls out a sketchbook from one of the piles in his room. Okay, that's exactly what I saw on my way home last night. What does it mean that they've been lurking around here, though? Yeah, what does it mean that they're lurking around the house, around the town? Like, being an omen is bad enough. Being an omen that's hanging around your house is even worse. I don't know, but I like the company. They're kind of beautiful in a sad way, if you ask me. Agree to disagree with you there. Those things are going to be stuck in my nightmares until the day I die. Do you think the town is doomed? I think everything is probably doomed at some point, but I guess that's answering a different question. Do I think this town of Scarlet Hollow is on the brink of collapse? Probably not, but it's not like I have a lot of perspective on what's like out there. There could be rioting in Main Street, and if Stella or Doc didn't tell me, I just wouldn't know. I would tell you if there was a riot. Would Dr. Kelly tell you, though? I mean, yeah, I'd hope so, but the point I'm trying to make is that other people are my eyes out there. What do you think of my cousin? She was always so distant to me. I probably would have thought she had it out for me personally if she wasn't like that towards everyone, or if I thought she even knew my name. But people change. Maybe she's nicer now. She's still terrible. You guys just never took the chance to get to know her. She's actually really funny and sweet. I'm going to have to take your word on that one, Stella. I'll pass, thanks. What do you think's going on with Wayne? Who? You know, the guy who's been following Malice around, being all ominous. Oh, yeah, that slasher creep. I appreciate the classic Jason vibe he's going on. He's hoping he doesn't live up to the look, for all our sakes. Wow. Okay, that was just a fraction. That's quite a movie collection you've got. Where is his movie collection? Way over there. It's pretty good sized movie collection. Fills up an entire shelf, top of the shelf, spills out onto the floor. Got any wrecks? Let me think. Have you heard of Shi no Chi, Death Blood? I saw that for the first time recently and it blew me away. Excellent example of both Japanese horror and found footage done right. We could even put it on after dinner if you guys are interested. Dang, I would usually be down for that, but we've got to head over to Oscar's after this. We promised we'd ghost bust his place. He's apparently been dealing with a bad haunting. And I feel we should really be there for him tonight considering everything that's happened. He and Rosalina both need our support right now. I'll take a rain check on that movie, though. Yeah, we'll definitely come by for a movie night this week. I'm free tomorrow night, same goes for Malice. This is true. I should probably work tomorrow, but I can close up early. Ooh. What are you sick with, if you don't mind me asking? Sorry, Reese, Malice is pretty direct. We don't have to talk about your illness, Reese. It's okay. I've come to terms with the way the rest of my life is going to be. Ha, you're so macabre, Reese. You make it sound like you've been sentenced to death. You haven't, right? Not exactly. No one really knows what's wrong with me, but it's been getting worse. I can barely keep most food down. My skin always itches like there are worms crawling underneath it. I could live for a long time or a short time. No one's sure. But I'm definitely not going to get better. Whatever time I have left is going to be miserable. So I've done my mourning. My best years are behind me. My future is unknowable. But one day I'll wind up in a pine box, just like everyone else. And I'm okay with that. Dang, Reese. I may be a goth, but that's some real nihilistic shit. We'll make sure to come by more often from here on out. Friendship heals all wounds, right? That's very optimistic there. Thanks, guys, but you really should worry about me. I have my art. I'm doing fine, really. Huh. So if nobody knows what's wrong with him, he's getting worse lately. The town's getting worse. Ditchlings, omens. I have a feeling that his illness is directly related to the illness of the town. True, we'll all join the worms one day. We've just got to make the best of what we got. Malice gets me. This is a cat I can jive with. Stella, maybe it was a mistake to get these two together. Your art. Slap these bad boys on a mug, you can make a buck or two. That's what I've been telling him. If you posted these online somewhere, you could get big, man. I think I'll keep them to myself until I die. You know how it is with dead artists. Their art sells for way more. I hope the doc or whoever ends up inheriting my work makes millions off of them. That's not a very good business model, but I'd be able to rest easy knowing someone had retroactively given my life value. Oof. That's a poor business model and a depressing way to view your life. Like the entire idea that your life by itself doesn't have value until posthumous success. Or you could sell them while you're alive. Or you can sell them while alive and enjoy the fruits of your labor while you still exist. That sounds complicated. I'd rather just spend my time painting. Leave the hard work to someone else. So you three go way back, huh? Almost to the womb. This school here is a tiny K through 12. Not exactly a one-room schoolhouse, but not far from it. We're lucky we all got along as much as we did. Some kids weren't able to make any friends their own age. They just happened to be born around the same time as some real jerks and were stuck with them through their whole school career. Poor kids. Not that we were free from dealing with jerks, like a certain Scarlet I could name. Okay, she was a little rough around the edges, but she was pretty friendly when you got past that. Maybe to you, but the way she used to look at me, you'd think I rolled in something foul every morning before school. I wonder if that's also related to, like, maybe Tabitha knows more in regards to what's going on with Reese than is being let on. Because clearly Tabitha knows a little bit more than she's letting on in the first place. Same here, though to be fair, the feeling was more mutual between us. She deserved it, though. If you need somebody to pose for your paintings this week, I'm sure I can find someone. That would be incredible, though I should warn you I work odd hours. I don't usually pick up a brush until late at night. But if that's not a deal breaker, it would be great to use a model other than myself and to have some company. Maybe we could call come. Wouldn't that be fun? Right. Want to come ghost hunting with us tonight? Oh wow, do you think you'd be down for that? We'd love to have you. Yeah, it would be great to have you along. He probably won't be able to come along. That would be so amazing, but I haven't had the best luck leaving the house lately. Even just walking to town is enough to put me in bed for a week. It sucks. But make sure you bring your camera, Stella. I want to see everything that happens. Dinner's gotta be ready by now, right? Almost on cue, Reese's mom shouts from the kitchen. Dinner's on the table. Guess that's it for catching up. Make sure you all wash your hands with soap. I don't want anyone sharing their germs at the dinner table. Sure thing, Doc. I already... Yes, ma'am. Of course I'm gonna wash my hands. You make your way towards the sink, but are stopped in tracks by the pull of an odd door at the end of the hallway. It feels out of place, like you've accidentally wandered into a hospital waiting room. But more than that, you feel something radiating from out from behind it. Something dark and cold. Something that reminds you of the dusty tunnels you narrowly escaped last night. An oppressive hum just beyond your hearing fills the air, and you feel strange. You are compelled to approach the door, drawn in as if hypnotized. Also, that is adorable. Uh, uh, let's open the door. Before you know it, the doorknob is turning in your hand, your heart full of both deep dread and a compulsive need to know what might be on the other side. What do you think you're doing? Well? There's something compelling about this door. No, there isn't. Now wash your hands. You won't let her interrupt you. You need to know what's behind the door. Oh, no, you don't. Come on, wash your hands and sit down. Huh. She grabs you by the shoulder, yanking you away. You do as she says, cleaning up under her watchful eyes and allowing yourself to be ushered back to the table and away from the door. Alright, what's for dinner? Spaghetti? Salad? Oh, yep, never mind. Dinner is already laid out. Dinner rolls, spaghetti, and a light salad. The only thing that bothers me most is it's all on the same plate. Is like, I don't like when my foods that have any sort of juices to go along with it touch, and the juices start interacting with each other. Like, the spaghetti sauce might interact with the salad, or the salad dressing might interact with the spaghetti sauce. So they would have to go on separate plates. But I suppose if you put it all on one plate, it does help out in regards to handing out portions. Also, it doesn't look like he has any biscuits or salad, or sauce, just the noodles. Kanika anxiously picks at her food. Stella is nervously talkative, and Reese is suddenly quiet and tense, his shoulders tight, as his mother perches on the chair next to his. Dr. Kelly eyes all of you with a sharp, fierce gaze. She sits opposite you at the far head of the table. Her features. Wow, let's try that again. She sits opposite you at the far head of the table, her features silhouetted against the light of the setting sun in the window behind her. Given her protectiveness towards Reese, you find it odd that he's seated between the two of you, rather than the other way around. It's almost as though she's guarded, not only towards you and Stella and Kanika, but towards her son as well. Pills. She slides a few tablets towards Reese. He obediently swallows them. Dry swallows, even. This is excellent, Dr. Kelly. Is the pasta sauce homemade? No, it's from a jar. I work too many hours to make my own pasta sauce. Well, you have excellent taste in brands. If you ever want any tips on easy home-cooked pasta sauces, you know I... No thanks, Stella. I have the internet if I need recipes. Thanks again for having us, Dr. Kelly. We really appreciate it. You didn't tell me they came by yesterday. You were asleep. I didn't want them to wake you up. But you could have told me. Why? They were coming over today anyway. I would just rather know things. Especially if he's stuck in the house and he can't know anything about anything that happens around his house, or even the world around, without other people telling him. Noted. Noted, but she won't do anything about it. Her son will remain in the dark. How about some small talk? Alright, thanks for putting this together, Dr. Kelly. I don't usually have to cook for so many people. I'm just glad there's enough for everyone. It reminded me of what you used to be like when these two would come over, hungry teenagers eating me out of house and home. I should have charged your parents for all the food you kids went through. Honestly, it was like I was running a restaurant, not a doctor's office. What were Stella and Kanika like as kids? Noisy and messy, like all kids. Their kids are noisy, they're messy, they smell. Bonus points if you know which movie that's from. There is suddenly a wistful look in her eye, like she's glimpsing back to some brighter time in her life. Kanika softens too, her shoulders lowering from their defensive place by her ears. And they always had those little projects, videos or crafts or animal rescues, whatever it was that had captured their imaginations that week. The glimmer of joy at the corner of her eye fades. Her glower returns in its place. So like I said, noisy and messy. Didn't we bring a dead squirrel into your house once? Oh god, not the squirrel. I remember that squirrel. Didn't you think the doc could Frankenstein it back to life or something? I was like 12. I was very susceptible to what I saw in media, and very sad about that squirrel. That's one of those things that keeps me up at night. I still feel guilty about bringing that thing into your house, Dr. Kelly. I'm just glad you didn't make it a habit. How well do you know Tabitha? Not very. I'd know her a lot better if your family didn't seem so afraid of doctors. I can count on one hand the number of times she's been in my office. No wonder everyone but that old Edwardine died so young. Hopefully your mother was better about taking you to doctor's visits. I wouldn't be surprised if there was something genetic at play, and it's much better to catch those things early. Why didn't you want me poking around the clinic? Other than the fact it's your office. Let's return. Let's see about Reese. Reese is a talented artist. You must be very proud of him. He has a lot of skill honed through practice and dedication. I can't say I understand a lot of his pieces, but of course I'm proud. Thanks, Doc. Have the police contact you about Duke's body yet? Last I heard, they still haven't found it. Body? I was under the impression he was just missing. No, Duke, he definitely died. I saw the footage. And I saw it for myself in person. So did Malice. He's not missing. How the hell did that happen? Stella said it was those things in the woods, the ditchlings. They made him misfire. Ditchlings? Oh, I see. This was for one of your videos, huh? Reese, you should know better than to lend any credence to Stella's little cryptozoology stories. I don't doubt that something happened to him, but I'm sure there was no little ghouls involved. I've seen them, Mom, outside my windows at night. They're real. You don't have to talk to me like I'm a kid. I might be sick, but I'm still capable of reason, okay? Are you sure there aren't just raccoons or... Stop. Stop doubting everything I say. Stop trying to rewrite things I tell you to fit what you think should be true. There's weird shit going down in Scarlet Hollow. Dr. Kelly's eyes briefly, nervously glanced towards her son before flitting back to a position of annoyance. You can't help but feel like what you saw went beyond compassionate worry to be genuine fear. Have you seen any sick animals lately? I'm a doctor, not a vet. Didn't someone come in with a sick cow last week? Yes, but it's not like I examined the thing. I told them what I just told you and sent them on their way. You said it had lumps. Sure, it had lumps, but I'm assumed it was suffering from some cow disease. It's not something I've done research on. I don't know how normal it is for a cow to be covered in lumps. Oh my gosh. I'm not an expert. I don't know animals, or I've done no research on cows, but I'm pretty sure it's not normal. Doesn't that sound like... Ditchlings, are no farm animals safe from their devious clutches? Dr. Kelly, in Stella's footage, it looked like there was something pupating inside one of Duke's chickens. I bet those were the lumps of the cow. You really should have taken a look. You could have made discoveries previously unknown to the scientific world. Or I could have spread some new horrible disease to my chronically ill son. I'll leave these discoveries to someone else. You can feel the tension at the table start to rise. Do you know Sam Wayne? Sam Wayne? Dr. Kelly takes a moment to think. No, doesn't ring a bell. Someone you know? Someone who's been following Malice around. Super mysterious guy. We have reason to believe he might have caught some kind of weird illness at the mines. He definitely looks like he can use medical help, so please let us know if he shows up or anything. If there's someone harassing you, you should get the police involved. This isn't any of my business. Alright, I think we're good for now. Let's remain silent. You remain silent, quietly picking at store-bought spaghetti and dinner rolls. So, we're talking about maybe watching a movie sometime this week while Malice is still in town. We'll have to see how you're feeling. I can handle a movie, Doc. Yeah, we'll just sit downstairs in the dark. Reese is used to that. I'm sure he'll be okay. You're always overestimating how much you're able to do, Reese. This is why you keep getting sick. If I get sick, so what? It's not like that's ever going to change. I'm sick every day, and I'm not getting better. I don't want to spend this last few miserable years of my life holed up in the basement alone, just because seeing my friends has been deemed too strenuous. I'm an adult, for God's sake. I can't believe I have to ask permission from my mom just to have friends over. Yeah, I think Reese definitely strained himself, and that is a long nail. Reese stops mid-sentence, wincing in pain and wrapping himself in his arms. Don't say things like that. I'm doing everything I can to try and fix... Silence, as Dr. Kelly's eyes shoot open. Reese? Reese abruptly pulls himself from the table and leaves. Damn it! I knew it. I knew this would be too much. Everyone get out of my house. Please, just leave us alone. Stop trying to interfere with his life. All it does is hurt him more. We can't just leave... But we can't just leave him like this. Now is when he needs friends the most. No, now is when he needs me the most. I'm his doctor and his mother. I know you care about him, I know that, and he knows it too, but all any of you would do is get in the way. So just leave, please. Sorry, we'll get out of your way. Good. The three of you are rushed to the door. We'll be back, Reese. I hope you feel better soon. Dr. Kelly shuts the door in your faces. The click of a lock signals the end of your dinner at Reese's. Alright, I think I'm gonna stop here for the night. We'll reflect over what just happened tomorrow. For now, though, got any suggestions for something to play next? Leave them down in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and have yourselves a good night.